And now, for your listening pleasure, the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones. And now, for your listening pleasure, the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones.
Might have been a little too late to a mic check, but it did it anyway. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Blazing Defender Report. I'm your host, Travis Jones, and I'm back. I'm back, everybody. And as you can tell, I've got are we getting feedback? Are we getting reverb? Are we getting echo? Because I'm kind of hearing echo. I don't want to hear echo. Let's see here. Let's see if we can switch that. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I got an echo. Do I still have an echo? Tell me if I still have an echo. We'll try to figure it out. As you can see, I'm like right up on the screen, which still have echo. Okay. No more echo. No more echo. No more echo. As soon as you tell me I have no more echo, we are fucking golden. Yes! All right. Welcome, everyone, because the Blazing Defender is back, everybody. So happy to be back. I'm all up in your shit right now. As you can see, I don't know what's going on with my webcam. It's all like on top of me. It's usually widescreen. I don't know. It's been a minute, guys. You're going to have to give me a break. But I'm really, really glad to be back on the microphone. Really glad to be back talking about the shit that I love to talk about. I know you guys love to talk about it as well. And I've missed this, man. I've missed this so much. So I'm really, really glad you guys could be with me today. Just really, really quick, especially for all the people that follow me on Twitch and everything. I just want to say I apologize. Sometimes just life gets in the way, man, and it got in the way of the show. And it was something that I needed to do. I just kind of needed to back away, get some shit straight, and then come back. Hopefully come back better than ever. Obviously, the quality of the show isn't as good, but it's all about what I say anyway, right? There's all kinds of shit to talk about. I mean, I missed the San Diego Comic-Con. There's all kinds of shit going on now. I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you for staying with me. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat right now. You guys are my co-host, and I'm so glad to be sitting here talking into this shit with you. All right, so no sex change. Not as of right now. Kind of one of the things I was going back and forth with, the Wachowski brothers, apparently it works for them. I mean, we got Matrix 4 coming out. Instead of Larry Wachowski, it's going to be Laura Wachowski. Yeah, some people didn't know that. Yeah, Larry is Laura now, so it worked for them. I mean, fuck, they're going to make a big movie. We're going to talk about that shit. We're going to talk about some of that stuff. But first, the big news that is on everybody's mind is the Spider-Man split. DC and Sony have decided to part ways. Sony cannot get out of its own way, man. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's insane. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. $1 billion franchise. And I know that's what they're thinking. And I said this on the show a while back when we first got into this, when Marvel first got the partnership with Sony. I said this. I said, well, it's all great until Sony decides to pull out the rug. And if Marvel doesn't solidify something in contract or buy the rights outright, they're going to do this. And with the success of Venom, the mediocre success of Venom, they really, really want a Spider-Man Venom movie. I know they do. And that wasn't going to be in the plans for the MCU for several years. And I think someone at Sony was like, hey, man, it'd be $1 billion movie. Fuck them. And that's what's happened. And I called it. I called it right here. I'm not happy about calling it because God knows I did not want this. Disney wanted 10 times as much money, though. Yeah, Disney may have been a little greedy. It's $1 billion fucking dollars. Now, from what I understand, Feige's deal was 5% of the take. 5%, I mean, $500 million. Well, not $500 million, $50 million. That's a lot of money, but there's still a lot more money to be made. I mean, really? I mean, we have NFL players negotiating fucking contracts every 6 months, it seems like. Not saying that's what they should do. I'm just saying Sony probably should have wanted to divvy up a little bit more of the pie since Marvel was so successful. But I don't know. I mean, I know you guys... I'm not a Spider-Man fan. You guys know that watch the show. You know that I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but you guys know that I love fucking Tom Holland. I think he has been utterly fantastic in these movies. I didn't know if this last movie was going to be, as good for me as Homecoming was. It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Jason says, Disney got that for just lending Feige, though. Sony had to pay for production. Okay. I mean, we're still talking about $1 billion. I mean, I don't know what the profit margin is here. I'm just saying it sounds like from everything that I've read and from the last things that I've read, and you guys have probably read the same shit. We go to the same places, right? The deal's not done yet. Like, apparently they are still working on a deal. So, they were tired of him leaking spoilers. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of fucking Tom Holland. Fuck this motherfucker. Like, we're bringing Tobey Maguire back. Fuck everybody. We'll destroy this franchise too, like we did every X-Men movie and the Fantastic Four as well. So, would make sense, right? This is a big blow. I know that Spider-Man, Holland has 2 more pictures on his contract. Doesn't mean that he won't do them. Doesn't mean that Sony won't continue to make Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but we all know that it's really going to suffer from the quality. This is a big blow. It really is. Because I know they had probably a lot of plans coming forth with Spider-Man, the Sinister Six, and eventually Venom. I mean, Hardy was going to eventually, it was going to be Holland versus Hardy, and maybe Carnage, Venom, Spider-Man. How awesome would that be? Oh my God. I'm really pumped for Woody Harrelson's Carnage. But, I mean, this is the landscape that we're in now. It's all about the buck. Warner Brothers and Sony both have shown us it's profits over quality. And I read a comment on Twitter today. The motherfucker said, if this happens, I'll boycott every fucking Sony picture from here on out. Well, you can do that. They're not going to fucking feel it. I get it. This is how we can protest is with our dollars. But it's not going to make a difference. I really, really hope that they work this shit out for the fans, man, and for your pocketbooks. I mean, come on, for your pocketbooks. All right. You guys keep a chat going, man. If you got something else to say, just spill it out, and we'll get to it eventually, I promise. You are my co-host tonight. All right. And again, back to Laura Wachowski. The Wachowski brothers. I don't remember the other brother's name, but at least he stayed a brother. Hey, props to him, boys. Stay strong. Believe in what you believe in. Being a dude. But Matrix 4. Now, I know the trilogy didn't really stand up to what we thought it would. You big gay. Oh, well, thank you. Ryan is good. I don't know how Ryan is good calling me a big goof, or an oaf. An oaf is way better than a goof, by the way. So thank you for not going that way with it. Appreciate that. But so loved the first Matrix movie. Who didn't? I loved Reloaded. I know a lot of people didn't. And what was the last one? Fuck. Someone help me in chat. The last one. Can't even fucking remember it. Both of them transitioned. They did. They did transition. They were telling a story. Revolutions. Thank you. Thank you, world's most okayest DM. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. I'm glad you're here, Ryan. Ryan is good. Ryan's very good tonight. But yeah, it's Revolutions was kind of a pitfall, I guess. I'm just really, really curious how they're going to do a 4. I've heard Michael B. Jordan is slated to be in the next movie. Is he the next one, the next chosen one? Is there chosen 2? That doesn't make sense. But Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss have both been confirmed to be in the new movie. Now, how do they bring Carrie-Anne Moss back when she died in Revolutions? Probably as a program. I don't know. There's been a lot of speculation online, and if you get a minute, I think you should check some of those out. Some of them are really good. I'm like, ooh, man, that's a great idea. Some of them are like totally fucking bunk. But I think there's a million places they could go with this, and all we want is the revolutionary action scenes, right? I mean, the story was good, and then it kind of went out there for us a little bit. I still dug it. But the action scenes, man, the action scenes were fucking amazing and fantastic. So we still want that, and I think the Wachowskis will bring that to us, man or woman. You know, fuck, everybody can do it, right? Everybody can do it now. Another big thing in news, man, and this is kind of near and dear to my heart because he is one of my favorite DC villains, anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them. Deathstroke, a.k.a. the Terminator, is going to make an appearance in Titans season 2 on the Disney streaming, the DC streaming app. If you have not seen Titans, I highly, highly recommend it. It's very dark. It's very adult. I love it. I love all of it. I love the casting. I think it's great. We even got like snippets of the Doom Patrol that went on into their own series, which got canceled. I don't know why, because it was one of the best things on that channel. Ryan, I want to say Rhino said the last 2 action scenes were good, but it's almost like they forgot Neo was the one. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have a character like Neo who is so OP, right? It's like Superman. It's hard to make them relatable. It's hard to give them a villain or an obstacle that they can't overcome because they're so fucking powerful. But I still thought they did a good job with it. I really liked it. Yeah, Swamp Thing was good. Let's talk about this DC streaming for a second. Yeah, Titans, as of right now, is the only thing on DC streaming. It's very, very good. I dig that. Swamp Thing, I'll be totally honest. I dug the first episode, and then when they canceled it, I went, why? And I got lukewarm reviews from it, so I didn't go back and finish it. If everybody was like, oh my God, how did somebody not pick this up? Like, I believe it was HBO that picked up the Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol was a really, really, really good. So, of course, another network coming there to snatch that shit up because everybody needs good original content, right? So I really, really liked Doom Patrol. It was a little out there for me, I'm not going to lie. And a lot of people I've talked to, they watch it, but it's kind of like train wreck kind of shit, right? You really have to just watch it. And you're like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, did they just crawl on a goat's ass and go to another dimension? That's the fucking craziest shit ever. So it's really wackadoo. I dig it. I wish they hadn't have. I wish it would have stayed on DC streaming just to make that channel stronger. But I really like to have seen what they could have done with Swamp Thing. I think it was a very original idea. Swamp Thing wasn't amazing or anything. It was just a good show. Nothing so memorable outside the first episode. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. That's exactly, and that was by the world's most okayest DM in the chat. And someone said they like my voice. Thank you. But this is Louisville, Kentucky. We have horrible allergies here. I'm better than most. They don't like put me in bed for days like some people that I know. But I am like, there's something in the air right now and it's really kicking my ass. Like I'm fighting back, like snotting in the microphone and everything. Sorry, trying not to. But my throat has been sore as fuck for the last few days. But this is really good medicine. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. Yeah, easy to fucking say, right? So, back to DC. So DC can't get out of their own fucking way either. They're kind of like Sony, kind of like Warner Brothers. They just, I don't know what the fuck they do, but they have not fucked with Titans yet. So I'm very, very glad. Now, just to get back to the original idea here, Deathstroke's suit. What the fuck was somebody thinking when they designed this suit? Now, for guys that don't read the comic books, I want to tell you that this is the Icon suit. The Icon suit is the suit that Deathstroke is currently wearing in his current comic run. It is, it's very Iron Man-ish, if you will. It takes stored kinetic energy. He can turn it back on an opponent. It has an AI, which is actually Wintergreen, which is one of his dead mentors that still speaks to him. It's kind of like Batman's Alfred. Wintergreen was Alfred to Deathstroke. So I think it looks awful. I hope it's not so bright. He is an assassin, so kind of stupid. They do have some of the original orange on it, which I dig. The textures look cool as shit. The color scheme, the helmet's what I can't get over the most. Like I have a Deathstroke helmet around here somewhere, but I can't find it. But the original helmet would have been fucking fine. But this is the Icon suit. It's supposed to be a little bit higher tech, but I think it sucks. What do you guys think? I mean, I should have put a comparison up to, I think the CW show Arrow, I think Deathstroke's appearance and suit on that was far better than this shit. Like, maybe on screen it looks better. I just think, yes, Dennis is like, oh, it's awfully blue. Yeah, it's really fucking blue. Like, is he supposed to be like an Aquaman villain? I mean, I don't know. I'm not digging it. You had this blue and then the orange. I don't know. I don't dig it at all. It's caught some backlash. Some people just love Deathstroke no matter what. I love Deathstroke's character. I mean, I thought Manu Bene played him amazing on the Arrow. I just don't know if this is going to be something that is going to catch fans' attention. Now, we've got Aqualad, we got Wonder Girl, we've got a bunch of other, we've got Batman, guys. Batman, which is played by Sir Mormont from Game of Thrones, is going to be in Titans too. So, and the synopsis is, if you're not privy to it already, Trigon, which is Raven's father, has the Titans under his thrall right now, especially Dick Grayson. And that's kind of how the season ended, where Dick Grayson actually took the life of Batman, and it kind of like brought him into Trigon's, power, his possession, his realm. So now Trigon controls him. And there's actually a picture of the Titans, and they've got these black eyes with the black shit running out of them, where it shows that they're under his thrall. So I assume maybe Batman or somebody else is going to be coming in and trying to help the Titans out. Sounds like pretty cool idea. Very adult, very violent, very sexual show, which, boom, 4 stars already, right? And by the way, the world's most okayest DM is actually Dennis Robinson from the Botched D&D podcast. He and I were going to do a show on The Boys, kind of talking about the differences from the show, from the comic book. I'm a fucking huge fan of both. I love the comic book better, and for several reasons. I could tell you why. If you want to see that show, reach out to me. We can still do it. I just figured that, a lot of people have already seen The Boys, but there's a lot of things that they did different in the comic books that they probably couldn't just get by with on the show. But if you guys want to talk about that, we can still do that. I'd still love to do that show, so just let me know. And Dennis said he'd be down, so we can definitely still do that. I know they're going to Dragon Con next week, so it'd be a week or so out, but we'd still love to do it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, what do you guys say? Yay or nay? Would you rather had a suit like CW suit, which was kind of muted, but it was still very like mercenary-ish looking with a little bit of superhero look, or would you want like full-on soup look like this looks like? I'm not down with it, but again, I wish they paid me to make these fucking decisions because I feel like I could do a lot better job. Speaking of good decisions, we're gonna get into our next topic here. So as you guys know, love me or hate me, love it or hate it. I'm a huge fan of Batman vs. Superman. I'm a huge fan of Zack Snyder's DC Universe. I loved Man of Steel. I love the casting. I think Zack Snyder just fucking crushed casting. Dave Fair said the Deathstroke suit looks like a Power Ranger. That's fucking perfect, man. Thank you, Dave, for joining the chat and actually saying something fucking worthwhile and memorable. Yes, you're winning right now, the chat group, because that's pretty good. He looks just like a fucking Power Ranger. But again, back to Zack. I think he nailed casting. I think he was limited by what he could do by Warner Brothers. I think they tied his hands on quite a few things. As per the Snyder cut of Justice League, I think anybody that has heard about the synopsis that he had planned for the 3 Justice League movies, if you don't think that sounds incredibly dope, I don't know what you would like. Now, some people are like, well, it's a great idea, but it's still Zack Snyder, and I fucking hate it. I get it. Okay, cool. You don't like Zack's film video style, his cinematography. I get it. That's cool. That's a fair opinion. But the idea was fucking super dope. Now, there has been a lot of speculation whether this fucking thing even exists. Zack has played very coy with it in interviews at cons, like not actually saying that there is a cut out there per se, but he is basically giving you the story where, Darkseid booms into the fucking Batcave, kills fucking Lois Lane. Superman says fuck it all and becomes infected with the anti-life equation and goes rogue. And then you have this whole Nightmare Batman scenario, which was basically going to play out in the second or third movie. I don't remember. Which the Nightmare Batman scene is one of my favorites of any Batman movie. The fight choreography is awful. It's my only, but the look and the post-apocalyptic look of the place where it's being terraformed into apocalypse is just fucking fantastic. So Jason Momoa is, he actually credits Zack to all of his success for casting him in the Aquaman role. And again, I think he nailed that casting, but he has now basically said, I have seen the cut and it is sick. So what I want to do is I'm going to read you exactly what it said on Instagram. Said, well, let's be honest. If it wasn't for this man, we wouldn't have Aquaman. I love you, Zack Snyder. Kind of a run-on sentence. Mahalo for showing me the Snyder cut. Here's a token of my appreciation, blah, blah, blah. The Snyder cut is sick. Okay, that's it. Gal Gadot actually responded, which is amazing, saying, I love you both. God, we love you. So anyway, he has seen the Snyder cut. It exists. Now, is the CGI fully done and all that? Probably not. Man, I really want to see this movie. I want to see this movie. I know there's a ton of other people that do too. I've never seen like the cult following of a movie that hasn't even ever been shown. Like, you know, you get cult followings for movies that you've seen, but we've never had this big of a cult following for movies that have never even been fucking shown. So the Snyder Cut is one of those movies. I'm really, really curious what you guys think. Love him or hate him, would you like to see this story play out? I really wish Warner Brothers would have gave Zack a chance to just let his vision play out. If it didn't work, fucking Flashpoint. DC has always had the Flashpoint storyline where Flash runs back in time to save his mother and fucks the timeline all up. You could have rebooted from that. You should have just let him play it out. And it's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker for Warner Brothers. If they was to go back and like reshoot some scenes, finish that fucking cut of the movie and just release it either in theaters or DVD, it's going to make a fucking shit ton of money. I don't know why they don't, but I myself would really, 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 really like to see it. But what do you guys think? Would you like to see it? I think it'd be very cool. I just want to see Darkseid on film. I just really, really, really want to see him on film. I think he looks, you know, I think he would be just fucking fantastic. All right, guys, comic book time, man. Right? This is what you watch the show for. Ain't to hear my raspy ass voice that's really fucking starting to bother me, by the way. But I'm fucking hanging in there. I'm good. Take another drink of my medicine here. Oh, good Lord. That was fucking fantastic. Whoa, shit. God damn it. Shit's strong. Okay. Guys. Because Steppenwolf looks so good. I knew. God damn it. I knew somebody was going to say something about Steppenwolf. Okay. Have you seen Zack's image for Steppenwolf? You can probably Google it. It wasn't what was in the movie. Zack Steppenwolf looked much different. A hell of a lot more menacing. I'm not saying the CGI would have been good. Let's talk about that for a minute, the CGI. What the fuck? I watched a movie where a semi-truck turned into a fucking robot, and it looked so real. Every time I see a red Freightliner semi-truck, I feel like it's going to transform. They couldn't take a fucking mustache off Henry Cavill. They couldn't, that dude. And then, what is the first scene of Justice League? This is the Joss Whedon thing, okay? This is the Joss Whedon thing. Love Joss Whedon. Not talking shit. I'm just saying, that's sometimes I wonder what gets in these guys' heads. The first scene we have is Superman floating. The kids are interviewing him for a podcast. Good kids. That's some good upbringing right there. And they're asking him those questions. And it's our first look of Superman with this fucking CGI shit on his lip. It's awful. It's so fucking awful. I don't understand in this day and age of CGI. You made Thanos, you made fucking Josh Brolin look like goddamn Thanos. Like he's a real person, and you couldn't CGI mustache. Fucking ridiculous. Snyder looks better, but that doesn't mean the CGI would have been. It's true. It's true. It could have been that it couldn't have been then what they released. Yeah. Right. It couldn't have been any worse, right? Yeah, the CGI, dude, whoever did CGI on Justice League, they should be fired. They should never work in fucking movies again. I don't understand it. Fucking hire who Marvel hires, or hire their fucking brothers. They've got to be better than what they had in the fucking Justice League. It was just fucking awful. I don't understand it. But yeah, let's just pray. If we got CGI like we got in Endgame or Infinity War, we'd be good, right? Yeah, I think we all agree to that. All right, guys, there's been some fantastic comic books coming out. And normally I would end with this book, but I'm going to go ahead and start with it because I'm going to start this fucking shit out with a bang. Powers of X. Now, that's what it looks like. Powers of X. It's actually Powers of 10, okay? And I'll get into that. But this is Robert Hickman. He is one of my favorites. one of my favorite comic book writers. He did Infinity, which was a big crossover event with Thanos, the Black Order, the Builders, the Avengers, just about everybody in the MCU. It's a huge crossover event. It was one of my favorite crossover events they've ever done. It's got one of my favorite scenes of all time in any comic book. Hickman's just a fucking fantastic writer. I absolutely love him. Then when I heard he was coming on the X-Men books, I thought, hey, I'll give him a shot. So House of X and Powers of X, it's actually Powers of 10, have been so good. It has rekindled my love, my childhood love for the X-Men. The X-Men have not been good in so long. And now it's like I'm going back and getting back issues and everything. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited for this storyline. It's so different. It's so fresh. I can't get over it. Like this could be my series of the year. And I don't know. I don't see anything beating it right now. That's how fucking good this book is. You've got some great new characters. You've got some oldie but goodie characters that come back. The artwork is fantastic. I think his name is Salvador Silva, I believe is his first name. Silva is his last name. He's the artist. It looks beautiful. The books look just so fucking good, man. I'm loving Magneto in this book, but Moira McTaggart is she is the showstopper right now. And if you have not bought Powers of X 2, you need to get it because it is going to be the origin story of Moira McTaggart. Okay, which spoiler alert, it reveals that she is a mutant. For years and years and years, she wasn't a mutant. She was the love flame of Charles Xavier. That's how a lot of people know her. Very, very minor character. She had some moments every now and then, but fucking Hickman has taken this C-list, D-list character and made her the pivotal point of this entire story. So it's fantastic. 3 is no different. And the reason I say Powers of 10 is it's actually McTaggart's mutant ability is she's basically immortal. Now, when I say that she can't die, no, she can die. She does die. But when she comes back, she is reincarnated as a child, okay, born again, like literally born again as a baby. She maintains all of her memories from all of her past lives. So the knowledge that she has from all these past lives comes back. So, and then like she's trying to wipe mutants out. Then she realizes in this timeline that's not going to work. Then she tries to do this. She realizes in that timeline it's not going to work. She's burnt to death by Pyro, Mystique, and Destiny, the Brotherhood of the Evil Mutants. She's burned alive. And they knew she would come back, but they burned her alive anyway. So then now she's got a whole new mindset of how am I going to treat this mutant problem? And is it a problem anymore? Is there a way we could coexist? Dude, this book can go 1,000 different ways, but the Powers of X title deals with the issues in the future. Okay, so it's like timelines that aren't working out and she's having to go back and start a new timeline. It's fucking trippy, man. It's so good. It's so awesome. I want to show you this artwork too. This is, I was talking about how great the artwork was, right? So let me show you some of it. This is actually a scene in this newest one. Wolverine is actually one of the horsemen of Apocalypse. Like, now this is 100 years into the future. Okay, so he's not Old Man Logan, but he is one of the horsemen of Apocalypse. And I'm not going to tell you who he's gutting right there, but I'm telling you, enemies are not enemies anymore. Allies are not allies. It's very, very wild. It has turned the mutant landscape upside down. It's fucking fantastic. But this is just some of the scenes that you get in this book. Fan-fucking-tastic. I cannot recommend these books enough. Now, you're saying, dude, I ain't read an X-Men book in fucking years. Me either. They're terrible. I would try one. I read some X-Force stuff. It was awful. Other than the Rick Remender run, which was fucking utterly fantastic. There hasn't been a good X book since Remender's run, in my opinion. So when I started reading these, I told a buddy of mine, I'm like, dude, have you read these yet? He's like, man, I ain't into those. I'm like, God damn it, dude, you got to read it. Just read this. Read House of X1. Just read House of X1. He read it, was fucking in lock, stock, and barrel. So please give it a shot. I think you'll love it. You don't have to have really any kind of backstory. Xavier's a little different. And if you wanted to go back and look at that, but this is what this story has done for me. It's made me go back to my back issues, the Phalanx. Like I dug out my issue of the Phalanx, which was X-Men 311, I believe. So I went and dug it out. I'm like, oh shit, this is the first appearance of the Phalanx. You know what I mean? So issues that may not have been worse shit because of this story run are going to be worse shit. Get me? As a collector, you get me? All right. But yeah, fantastic. You guys got to check it out. The next book is, I've been waiting for this story, dude. I've been waiting for this story. I love Donny Cates. You guys know this, Venom, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Thanos. What else is he writing right now? Oh, Absolute Carnage. So Donny Cates, if there's any writer on fire right now, it's this dude. He's also doing Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, what makes this story so interesting is Magnus from the Church of something. I can't remember what it is. The Church of the Negative Life or something like that. He's a twin of Adam Warlock, but he's the bad twin. Okay. He's back and this church is back and now they're feeding on lives instead of souls, instead of faith. Okay. The Guardians encounter him. Jason, which is the father of Star-Lord, Peter Quill, reaches out to the Guardians. Hey, we need your help. Then he's like, no, go away. You can't help. They're going to suck everybody to death. Go. They don't. They get sucked in by Magnus. Okay, so the two that didn't were Moondragon and Groot. So now they're going to go find Rocket, which Rocket's been MIA. No one knows what's been going on with Rocket, to help him get his family back. Now, the next one may be kind of spoilerific, so just look away if you don't want to see it. But this is Rocket now. Rocket is dying. That's the reason he wanted to go away. And actually in this scene right here, in this page, he's like, motherfuckers, I've saved the universe 1,000 times. I don't get this. Like, I don't want nobody to see me like this. That's the reason I left. That's the reason I ran away. I don't get to choose how I die. And Groot, which Groot can speak now, which I'm not happy about at all, but I get it for the context of the story. Groot's like, no, you don't. Your family, you don't do family like that. And no, you don't get to choose to die. I'm not going to let you. We're not going to allow it. So it's really, really cool. Now, what's great about this issue is we actually get an origin of Rocket Raccoon. Now, it's not a definitive origin because they leave a lot out because there's a lot Rocket still doesn't know. But it is the closest thing we have in Marvel Comics as far as how Rocket became to be Rocket Raccoon. It's very, very touching. I'm an animal lover, man. I'm an animal lover, and I was going through the pages and the panels, and I was going, oh, fuck. Oh, my God, I can't do this. And I love Rocket. Love Rocket. So this is a fucking great story. If you're a collector, you need to have this issue. It is Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. You need to get it because it is going to be probably the only origin story we get for Rocket Raccoon. Now, there has been talks that he's going to die in the next Guardians film. I don't know if that's true or not. I think he's a cash cow. I don't know why they would kill a cash cow, but it will give some emotional stability or some emotional shit to the new Guardians movie. So it very well could happen. He swears like a sailor, loves guns and alcohol. What's not to love? Exactly, Jason. This dude, I mean, who doesn't fucking love Rocket? If they would just give me a Thor and Rocket movie, I'm praying to God Guardians 3 has Fat Thor, Bro Thor in it. I just love them two. You could just give me movies with them two all day long, and I'll pay you. And I think a lot of us would, right? They had a great chemistry together. Rocket's just fantastic. And Trash Panda. Yes, he is. Look at him there. He is definitely Trash Panda now. He's looking pretty bad. Okay, now, the next books, I'm not going to say they're terrible. They're not good, but we're going to go this route with them. Now, Superman, Man of Steel. Now, this is the Black Label Superman edition. If I had my copy here, I would show it to you because the Black Label stuff is big. It's like magazine. It's like they're big. They're really big comics. Big cover price too, unfortunately. But this is Superman the Man of Steel book 2 by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Now, a lot of people don't like Romita Jr.'s artwork. I'm actually cool with it when it looks like this. Like when he has time to draw, and I think he does fantastic action scenes. I love his fight scenes. I love his action sequences. I think they look great when he's not rushed. When Romita Jr. is rushed, you can really fucking tell. This does not look rushed. It looks really, really good. And this is a new type of Superman story. And what's funny is he's actually trying out for the Navy SEALs. And I'm not going to tell you if he makes it or not. Okay? You're just like, you're Superman. Yeah, well, shit happens. So it's a really good story. The first issue was garbage. I hated it. I still don't like the way Miller is narrating the story. I'm not sure who the narrator is at times, so it's a little confusing. I just don't like the flow of the book at all, but I enjoyed this story. It was kind of close to me. Him being at Buds, trying to be a Navy SEAL, trying to do the right thing. And this is all before Superman. He's very Clark Kent-ish here. They rushed with the Black Label series. They delayed the third issue in the Batman series for nearly half a year. Yes, they did. But now the Superman, when book 2 wasn't late. Now, I don't know. I don't know if the next one will be late or not, but I guarantee you if it's rushed, we're going to see JRJ's art go way, way down. I mean, it's just, I've seen it. World War Hulk started out so good first few issues because he had a couple in the can. And then when they released him, he couldn't keep up, and the last issues were garbage. So, but I do dig this story. I love the fact that he's taking a Zack Snyder approach to Clark Kent seeing the world and becoming a man and trying to find his place in the world. I think it's a very fresh take on Superman. I dug that in Man of Steel. I'm digging it here in this book too. So now, if I'm to rate the Powers of X, they're all 9.5 right now. Every issue that's come out. House of X the same way. I'll give the Guardians of the Galaxy an 8.5. It's fantastic, but there's more story to tell. I'm going to give Man of Steel a solid 7. The artwork's not terrible, and I did like the story. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, the next book, guys. The Defender can't come back and not have Batman. But he comes out twice a week or twice monthly. So I got a lot of Batman books. So sorry, you just get fucking Batman with me. Batman, City of Bane Part 3. Okay, now the people on the cover of this, excuse me, I have to take a drink. My throat's killing me. Oh, God. Thought beer was supposed to get better as you drank it. This is actually kicking me in the ass. All right. This is actually not Batman. That is actually Gotham Girl, who is the new Robin in the City of Bane. That is actually Thomas Wayne, Batman's father from another dimension that has been brought over, but we don't know by who yet. Could have been Bane. How'd Bane do it? Don't think he did. I think it was Dr. Manhattan from the Watchmen series, but that is to be discovered at a later time too. But long story short, is to get us caught up to this issue, Bane has broken Batman again. And he didn't just break his back, he broke everything about him. Broke his support system, he broke everything. Broke his psyche, broke his spirit, broke Batman and broke his back further than he's ever been beaten by anybody before. And Batman is actually in Paris, it looks like, or Italy somewhere, and with Catwoman, Selina is kind of taking care of him, while Gotham Girl and the new Batman rule Gotham with an iron fist. Now, they're basically holding the city hostage. If any of the Bat family come into Gotham, they will execute Alfred. Okay? Well, who of the Bat family is the most stubbornest motherfucker in DC Comics that listens to absolutely nobody? I'll give you 3 guesses, but only one count. Yep, you guessed it, Damian Wayne. Batman's son, Robin, enters Gotham, and it's a very, very, very cool scene where he fights Gotham Girl. I'm not going to tell you who wins. Yeah, well, fuck it. You know who wins. It's Damian. And I love it when Damian is such a cocky I love Damian Wayne. He might be my favorite Robin because he's such a douchebag. But he's so fucking good, man. So Gotham Girl, who basically has Superman-like abilities, Damian takes her out lickety split. Like, it's nothing. And then he talks shit to her, which was fantastic. So then he gets to Thomas, and Thomas is basically trying to talk him out of this. Like, look, man, you know the deal. You know what we're going to do. Damian doesn't care. He thinks he can take the old man. He's actually made reference. I know who you are. You're not my grandfather. You don't even exist to me. You shouldn't even be here. When I'm bored, I hack into the JLA files. I know who you are. You know, I know what you're doing. And they fight. This book looks fantastic. Now, I'll be honest. I know Tom King has gotten a lot of shit. This book, this series has really kind of hit a lull. Tom King is a long game storyteller, though. And I've always enjoyed his work. I'm enjoying this, not as much as I was, but now it's starting to pick up again. And I love it. I love the artwork, which is Mikhail Janin. I think he's doing a fucking fantastic job. And this was actually with Tony Daniel, too. So Tony Daniel's a fantastic artist as well. So, but here's a good shot of Batman or Thomas Wayne Batman and Robin fighting, trading some vicious blows. Like, dude, your boy's not pulling any punches on his grandson. And so I won't tell you what happens at the end, but it's huge. It's huge. It's so huge. I stared at the last page for like 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck just happened? That didn't fucking happen. This is some type of dream sequence or something. And it could be that. I'm very, very curious if this ending sticks. But again, let's just say it does. If you're a collector, you're going to want this issue as well. Batman 77. Dude, it's major. I couldn't believe it. I text two of my buddies that are big Batman fans that read comics. I'm like, did you read 77 yet? Did you read 77 yet? No, why? I'm like, dude, you call me after you read. Just call me after you fucking read it. We know is actually a certain Batman villain. Just popping in to say hello. Oh, welcome. Oh, hey, Tony. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Tony Harrison, everybody from Geek Versus. Tony does a lot of stuff. But hey, Tony, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Glad to be back, brother. Very, very glad to be back. But we know is, Jason, I don't know what you mean. We know it is actually a certain Batman villain. What do you mean? Who's the villain? Like the end? Like it was Bane. I'll be honest. I mean, Bane was the character in the last panel. I'm not going to say anymore because if you haven't read it, you really, 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 really need to read it. Say you don't know anything about what's going on. You still need, the death. So you think that the person that was killed was a villain. If I get it, that really wouldn't track with what he was saying unless he just didn't want to die and he was saying, you know what I mean? Maybe you're right. I'm very, very curious if they make this stick because it is a big death, guys. So if it does stick, you're going to want this issue. And it's really, and I said it was the last panel. It wasn't the last panel. The last panel is Batman is coming back, or the real Batman. Bruce Wayne is coming back. He doesn't even know what has happened yet, and he's already decided to come back. And he's done said, I can't win. I can see all the angles. I can see it all. You know, Batman, don't spoil it, Jason. You can IM me and spoil it if you want, but IM me. But I appreciate that. You not spoiling it for the chat. Thank you. But you know, shit, I forgot what I was saying. But if this sticks, this is going to be huge. Oh, Batman is coming back. He's talking about how he can see all the angles. He knows he's going to lose. And Selina grabs him like, no, you beautiful man. You don't get it. You can't see all the angles. You can't see me. Now, I don't know what she means by that. I don't know if she means that you're not seeing me, like as far as me helping you win this. Like he's not figuring her in because he don't want to get hurt or whatever it is. I don't know, but we're going to find out. The bottom line is Batman's coming back. We know he's going to kick some fucking ass. Now, I will say this as far as the rumor mill goes. Tom King, I got it on very, very good authority, was taking off Batman and put on the Batman Catwoman book, which apparently is going to continue this story, okay, after Batman 100, I think. But he was quoted as saying weeks before he was taken off the book that his run on Batman is going to change the character forever. The character will not be the same after his run. So I don't know if DC got cold feet. This is what I heard from people in the industry. DC was all for Tom King's problem. Okay, 90. He's leaving at 90. Okay. And they thought, hey, man, this is really cool. And then as it got closer to happening, they're like, shit, we can't do this. He can't do this to Batman. So I heard that's the reason he was taken off the book. And the reason they're putting him on another book is because he's changing that ending. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I really hope that this pays off. I mean, we're 77 issues in. This has been Tom King's run. Okay, so Tom King leaves the book at 85. Okay. See, he was supposed to be on it for 100 issues. That was the deal. So they're taking him off early and putting him on another book, which makes me think that they had an alternate ending. And then they're like, dude, you got to go to alternate ending. You got to go. We got to do this. We can't stick with your original story. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope it tracks. I hope it's good. I like King. I love Batman. And it's been a good story so far. It's had its lulls, but overall it's very, very good. Now, what would I give this issue? I give this issue an 8, a solid 8. Good action. I love Damian Wayne. It's progressing the story, which was all we've wanted from the get-go. And I dig Bane. I love Bane. Debo's in the house. I kind of sound like Debo now, I think. No, Debo, it's all good, brother. Family first. Always family first. I appreciate you stopping in, though, brother. Thank you. But yeah, man. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up, guys. The House of X, Powers of X is fantastic. Now, let me give you some other great books real quick. Now, I didn't review these, but there will be reviews on future issues coming, and I want to give these to you real quick. Once in Future, okay? Once in Future is awesome. It's a reimagining of King Arthur and the Sword Excalibur, and it's kind of set in today's time. And there's kind of like some secret societies that are trying to bring back King Arthur to rule England and put England in its rightful place. But that is really what King Arthur is going to do. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very good. Check out the first issue. I think you're going to dig it. I really, really liked it. I thought it was awesome. Silver Surfer Black. Silver Surfer Black has been very, very good. Especially now that we know that the Surfer's coming to the MCU. You're going to want to get on this train. And this is a really, really great story. Tradd Moore does the art, which is bonkers. It's crazy. I'll show you some of that art the next issue he does. Donny Cates, man. Anything Donny Cates is good, guys. I'm telling you, he's on fire right now. Absolute Carnage. Absolute Carnage #1 was a very, very good. I'm a huge Carnage fan. He's a serial killer with superpowers. What's not to like, right? So Absolute Carnage, check that out. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love Target Vader. Target Vader is basically about some gangsters getting together, hiring a group of bounty hunters to hunt Vader. So, and this bounty hunter, I know a lot of people like Django and Bobo. Telling you, this cat is a bad dude. Now, since we've never seen him before, I'm saying he don't survive this because this is post Empire. It's post Return of the Jedi. So, it's kind of back in the day a little bit, but it's a great story. I think you guys are going to love it, especially like Star Wars shit. Very, very, very good. But again, I'll be reviewing that as well. Guys, really, really quick, I want to thank everybody for staying with me. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, you get a free subscription. I would very, very much appreciate if you would use that subscription on the Blazing Defender Report. It's fantastic. You'll get all my notifications, and it helps me keep on keeping on, if you know what I mean. So I really, really appreciate it. I love the follows. I love people being in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your guys' support. I've missed this. I'm really, really sorry. My voice sucks and I'm losing it the more I talk, but I'm trying to get through it. But yeah, so I'm going to figure out the camera. I don't know what the fuck happened with that shit. It's awful. So I feel like I'm like all up in your shit. Thank you, Debo. Debo has posted all my stuff right there. You can always go back and see old episodes. I don't know why you would want to because they're awful, but you might find some humor in it. And you can see where I've came from. I've kind of changed the layout a little bit. I kind of got rid of the overlay. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think about the new setup. I could change it. I'm down for changing it and doing whatever, to be honest. I just want the show to look cool. And I think it does. I think it does look pretty cool. But if you got any suggestions for me, I'd love to have them. Guys, hit me up. If you have a comic book question, if you got something you want me to review on the air, I'll do it, man. I'll just do it. Just hit me up. I would love to do that. Yeah, right? It's like, I mean, I don't know. Dude, I'm at least 4 feet away from my fucking camera, dude. And it's all up on my shit. I couldn't get it in widescreen. It's pissing me off. You'll have to help me. Dennis helps me with a lot of that shit. Awesome to see you back, brother. I'm back in business. Yes, you are. The fucking hype man is back. Couldn't do it without you, D-Ball. Really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And I just want to say, for everybody that's listening, and if you're listening, kind of pass this on because that's how shit gets done. But the world's crazy. I mean, turn on the fucking news. It's fucking nuts. You got Republicans fighting. You got liberals fighting. You got people who don't agree on politics, religion, gun control. You got people walking in fucking culinary festivals and shooting. What the fuck, man? They just want to eat some food and you're shooting people. This is fucking ridiculous. So treat people like you'd want to be treated. do something nice for somebody. And I mean, it can be the smallest shit. Smile, give someone a compliment, help somebody, open a door for a lady, open a door for a veteran. Just, maybe keep your fucking opinion to yourself on Facebook or whatever. Please have your opinions and please believe wholeheartedly in them. But if someone has a different opinion, it doesn't mean they're fucking wrong, guys. We need liberals. Liberals are our dreamers and our optimists. Conservatives are our experience. They're our backbone. And I don't mean that in like, oh my God, liberal to have a backbone. It's, they have lived life and they have seen and they have life experience and they take a more realistic approach to problems and ideas than liberals do. But we need both. If we just had one or the other, this place would fucking suck. So let's try to remember that and remember that we're all one race, man. We all bleed red. So let's just try to remember that and just love, man. Just love. I know I get all grrr and I like violence and boobs and beer and cigars and all that shit. But I love to be alive and I want you to be alive to enjoy the shit that I enjoy. And you can be in the chat and you can give me your Prime subscription and no, I'm just kidding. But yes, so please do that. I really appreciate you guys. Love you to death. Again, please hit me up with any suggestions you have on the show, on the look of the show, on the format of the show. I'll take all advice. Trust me. So, next week, guys, let me know if y'all want to see that boys show because I kind of like to do that. I think that would be a lot of fun. And yeah, again, thank you. So glad to be back. Thank you for staying with me. And if you know somebody you think would like the show, send them a link or just like, hey man, check this show out. This dude's an idiot, but he likes comic books like you do. So you got something in common, right? But thanks guys again. I'm out of here. Peace.